children are the same the whole world over. They're very much like mine.
The spiritual values over the material values of life are applicable to any child, anywhere that child is born.
And they're the same bonds of love and connection between mothers and their babies and their children.
We are Kiwanis. We have one goal to serve the children of this world.
What Kiwanis focus on is kids, particularly kids that nobody else stands up for. In a lot of societies, kids are just have no clout whatsoever. And so what Kiwanis does is Kiwanis focuses on improving the quality of life of kids. Back in the 1990s, Kiwanis worked with partnership with UNICEF to address the problem of iodine deficiency disorder, which was a major cause of mental disabilities among children.
We raised the IQ of the world because of a nickel of iodine in a person's life.
Kiwanis committed to raising $75 million. People thought that was crazy because Kiwanis had never done that kind of thing before. In fact, we raised almost $100 million throughout the campaign, and now there are 80 million children born every year that are free from mental disabilities because of the kind of people that join Kiwanis clubs, which is just phenomenal. We were approached by UNICEF saying this is the next big problem, is this neonatal and maternal tetanus. Tetanus is a global issue because tetanus is in the dirt everywhere. It's just in a lot of developed countries, people normally get tetanus shots. In a lot of countries, third world countries, primarily Africa and the Middle East and Asia, tetanus vaccine is not readily available to the masses. It was going to cost about $240 million to address the problem, and they'd gotten grants for all but $110 million of it, and said, we don't have the rest of the money.
Do you know that the cure for tetanus was discovered in 1924? 1924. Why are babies dying from tetanus? The only reason we don't get it here in America or in Canada or wherever else is because we take shots and we're protected. But in third world countries, they don't have that. And so therefore, they get tetanus, mother gets tetanus by dirt or unhealthy birthing practices. When the baby gets tetanus, it'll die between 4 to 7 days. It is a most excruciating death because they are sight sensitive, so they have to be in a dark room or their eyes must be covered. They are sound sensitive, so they have to have the ears plugged or there must be no noise. The baby's muscles contract and a baby will bend backwards and their bones will break and the baby will scream in pain until the baby dies. If you have ever been a parent, a grandparent, how can you turn your back?
One infant dies every 9 minutes from tetanus somewhere. So during the course of a conversation, a baby's died. During the course of a luncheon meeting, 4 or 5 babies have died, just because you didn't do something about it.
My name is Peter Kimberley. I'm a member of the Kiwanis Club of Waverley in Australia. You've heard of YOLO, you only live once? To me, that means you get one opportunity to do the right thing. These are people who need our help. I mean, heavens above, how can you not understand that they need our help? And we're here and willing and able to provide it.
Why wouldn't you want to be a part of something that makes a commitment to change lives? So that's why we need you to be a model club.
We have an overall target of 110 million, and that has got to be the sum of a whole lot of little targets.
Kiwanis has traditionally been a club-based organization, and to demonstrate participation and commitment, we are asking clubs to stretch their capacities.
Becoming a model club is about setting a benchmark against which you measure yourself and aim, and hopefully achieve.
Whether you're a club of 15 members or of 75 members, your being a model club sets an example for nearby clubs who say, well, by George, if they can be a model club, I bet we can too.
With being a model club, you just have to commit to a $750 per member average. None of it has to come from individual members. Obviously, a lot of it could or can, but your club could do just general fundraising.
Hi, I'm Serena. I'm from Kiwanis Club of Johor Bahru, Malaysia district. Last April, my husband did a dinner. We actually birthday dinner. So when everyone's coming, we tell them that it's a birthday and a charity dinner. So quite a few of that contributed to it.
In my club, we've got a number of folks that wrote a check. We have other folks that said, I want it drafted so much a month, or so much a quarter, or so much a year. There are people in my club that say, I can't do that, but I'll help with a new fundraiser. And with my sweat equity, I'll raise funds, and that'll be my contribution.
Hi, I'm Maple Levine, and I'm representing the Corrales Club of New Mexico. We have birthday bucks, and a number of our members have volunteered to donate their age in bucks for the Eliminate Project.
The encouragement is something called a Walter Zeller Fellowship. A Zeller Fellowship is a $1,250 contribution to Kiwanis International.
It's a 2-year commitment, so you can make the pledge and then have 2 years to fulfill it. You can leverage your corporate match. You can do it via automatic payroll deduction. They've made it very easy. But when you complete your donation, you get the medallion as well as the Walter Zeller pin. As you can see here, I'm a charter member.
Not everybody can afford to be a Zeller Fellow, but the first wave is to get as many of those as you can, and then you get folks that can't do $1,250, maybe they can do 600 spread over 5 years, or maybe they can do 300 spread over 5 years, or maybe they can help with a couple of fundraisers that raise that money. And somehow or other, we raise the money.
Every Kiwanian needs to be involved in saving a life.
We arrived in this village and we were there to do a clinic, an immunization clinic. And we went up to the reception center atop a small hill, and there was nobody around. And then Debbie was standing in the door. And all of a sudden she said, "John, they're coming." And through my tears, I saw dozens of villagers climbing the hill. So we went over to the medical center where the young girls were forming a line to get their immunization. And as soon as they started to form the line, a motorcycle roared up with tetanus vaccine on ice in the middle of nowhere. So our campaign is really working. That was a Kiwanis moment.
I go to my members and I say, we don't live only in our town.
We have already served the children in our local community. It's now our turn to serve the children of the world.
My community does not stop at the town limits. My community is worldwide.
People join Kiwanis because of what we do. And I mean, this is just another way of telling people what we do. And what we're doing is exciting.
People in the community, people in the town say, that's Kiwanis, I like to support you. I like to be a member of your club. I think that's a fantastic idea to do this.
We're Kiwanians, let's finish the job.
If you give every week €3, we said, €3, then you reach after, not 5 years, you reach the status to be a model club.
You are talking about over a 5-year campaign, $150 a year, less than 50 cents a day.
With such a small amount, we can save a life.
How can you go get a cup of coffee tomorrow morning, spending $2 or $3 on a cup of coffee, realizing that there's somebody's kid who's going to die and they need $1.80, $1.80?
Do you realize what $1.80 can do? $1.80 can give a woman of childbearing age 3 vaccinations, a series, that she can create her own active immunization.
Our Eliminate project is working. It's working where the roads don't go.
We're Kiwanians. This is the moment to act.
Do it. Become a model club and you will be so blessed.
We are Kiwanians that do not give up.
C'est le temps de faire des activités.
We are Kiwanians that are not afraid of great challenges.
Nu moeten we handelen.
We are Kiwanians that fulfill our promise.
Wir machen es. Wir machen große Dinge. Sachen.
We are Kiwanians, and together we can eliminate maternal and neonatal tetanus.
One child, one community at a time.